Stepmother. A lot of time has passed since the wedding of lovers. Now the main characters of the series, Stepmother, are already parents of 3 wonderful children. The life of the couple was almost perfect, as suddenly because of tragic circumstances Efsun dies. Despite the fact that because of the disaster Farouk wants to fall under the ground, he must hold on solely for the sake of the welfare of children. At one moment Farouk realizes that his children need a woman's care, which he cannot replace with all his will. Therefore, the man decides to marry his assistant Serap, a beautiful young woman who has long been in love with the boss. This is a series about a father with a hard fate. The man is perfectly aware that he is unlikely to be unexpectedly charmed by Serap, no matter how perfect a wife she is. For him, the main thing is that the children are surrounded by care while Farouk is engaged in work. Meanwhile, Serap suddenly begins to wonder if she made the right choice in giving her heart to Farouk. The series is about a marriage that seems to be a sham. Of course, I realize that you came to my channel to watch this video and that's it, but I would really appreciate your support. Our channel needs free, but very valuable support in the form of subscriptions and likes. It is very important because without it it is very difficult to popularize our content. Please note that our channel has already prepared a lot of selections for you, so do not forget to watch them. Don't forget to watch them as well. We promise it will be interesting, and be sure to write in the comments what you liked and what you didn't. That's all. I'm not going to distract you anymore. Enjoy your next viewing. Wonderful son-in-law. A young girl, Melek, has long dreamed of moving to live and work in Istanbul. Her family moves to live in Germany. They hope that everything is going well for their daughter, and she lives without denying herself anything. She works as the best journalist, lives in a big luxurious house, and is going to marry a Turkish doctor, as she dreamed. But in fact, the girl barely makes ends meet. She went through a lot of auditions in journalism to get at least some work. Once a girl ran after a cat, and she was a little. Whether Mehmet was hit by a car. Then immediately a spark passed between them. Melek finds out that the plastic surgeon, Mehmet Sayarhan, is going to marry Melek's boss. The girl is very skeptical about this. Soon Melek has a very big opportunity to conquer Istanbul. She gets the chance that she had dreamed of for so long. Melek manages to get news that will turn into a scandal for the whole country. Over time, this news will greatly affect and reflect on Mehmet Sayarhan. But young people do not yet know that such news of blackmail and lies are hidden behind great love, which will open all the cards out. The Kingfisher. Ferit's behavior is upsetting his grandfather, businessman Halis Egu. To provide for his family and achieve a decent position, the man worked hard and knows the value of every dime he earns. When the police come to Ferit's house to search, Halis Aga realizes that he must take the fate of his spoiled grandson into his hands. He decides to find him a worthy bride from his hometown Antep. The choice falls on a serious beauty, Seyran. But will the girl be able to set the windy Ferit on the true path? Undercover. Series will tell the story of Naz, a girl who graduated from the police academy and finally started looking for a job. The story will also touch on the stories of her mother, uncle, and other local residents. They all get together to celebrate Naz's success. During dinner, the main character witnesses a strange event that happened right on the street. She is sure that she has seen a real crime. The protagonist follows the suspect and tries her best to catch the person who, in her opinion, looks like the culprit. To her surprise, the woman stumbles upon the commissioner of the Pamirs. If you have already watched this series, please write a review to help other viewers with their choice of the series. Alien. The series takes place in Istanbul. Ezo is a strong and beautiful girl who was orphaned early. When a loved one proposed, she decided that all her dreams had come true. The joint family life of the young turned out to be in the circle of a demanding and domineering mother-in-law. Everything turned out completely different from the way the girl dreamed. The capricious, domineering mother-in-law is used to the fact that everyone in the house must obey her whims and orders, and her beloved son is her property. The young husband is a lawyer who spends a lot of time at work. In addition, he grew up in constant submission to his mother. Therefore, it is not surprising that the main character became a son who agrees with his mother in everything. In the evenings, the mother-in-law plotted and slandered the poor daughter-in-law, and the son believed everything. One slander led to another. That's how he gradually began to cool to his wife, whom he once loved very much. She, as if thrown into the abyss, was left alone with her misfortune. An unfortunate, lonely, and useless young woman finally realizes that she must fight for her own happiness, for your place in the sun. First of all, Ezo decides to take revenge on her mother-in-law for all the evil that she has done to her. The plot of the series is very interesting and catchy from the first episode. If you have already watched this series, please write a comment review. Emerald Phoenix. The plot of the series revolves around Zumriad, a beautiful young girl from a poor family. One of the leaders of the business, Adil Bey, has long been in love with her and wants to see her as his wife. But the modest beauty pulls with an answer, because in her heart she carries a deep wound. Zumriad just recently lost a loved one who died in the fighting in Syria. The young man is Mr. Adil's nephew Serhat Demirkan. None of the family and acquaintances knew about these relations, except for a close friend of Zumriad. The desire of her mother, who is fed up with poverty, struggles to get her eldest daughter to agree to this marriage. But no persuasion works on the girl. However, in the end, she accepts the offer of Mr. Adil. Soon they are getting married, but who knew that everything would end that way? This was not the only shock for the young bride. Right after the registration of the wedding, Serhat appears at the celebration, whom everyone considers dead. The young man cannot believe his eyes. His beloved connected her life with his uncle. Serhat should soon change his anger to completely different feelings. Indeed, on his deathbed, his uncle asked him to always be with Zumriad, to protect her. If you like stories about love and tragedy, don't miss this series. You Name It. This is an intense romantic drama that shows the complexities of love and relationships in difficult situations. The series is about a young man named Omar who, after his mother leaves for another man, has a corrupted perception of women and sees them as dangerous and untrustworthy. A prosperous life cannot give him a feeling of complete happiness, since his beloved younger sister Aisha is sick. She has brain cancer. She has no more than half a year to live. Aisha knows about her imminent departure and asks her brother to marry, then she can be calm for him. Omar decides on a fake marriage to make his sister happy before dying. A chance meeting predetermined the choice of a future wife. Zara Kaya, from a poor family, loves her parents, although they are not her own. The further development of events will completely change young people, their outlook on life. The series showcases Turkey's talent for creating tense and gripping dramas that audiences all over the world love. The acting is impressive, making them both real and easy to watch. Number 309. Lael, who was abandoned before the wedding, put an end to love. And yet, without refusing my mother, who is trying to marry her off, she agrees to go to a meeting organized by her mother with Dr. Onur. But sitting at her table is another Onur. This misunderstanding will lead to quite unexpected results. The series explores many interesting themes like family and love, inheritance, and the search for happiness.